Now then, we move on from the men's 50 plus to the under 90 kilogram men's. Nicola Buchan joining me.
Hello.
Egil Beryl Jonsson is out. Nicola's in, star substitution. We're going to move on to 130 kilos, Nicola, for the men under 90s, and we have quite a few of them.
Yes, we have a lot of athletes, and we have 3 people that didn't make weight for the under 80s that have now came up to the under 90s.
Categories. That's going to be really tricky for them. They're going to have to compete with the bigger boys, as Giovanni Luciano of Italy on the left-hand side against Stefan Scheussler of Germany. Deutschland on the right-hand side. 130 kilos is what they face. Underway, referee Dave Vaughan on the right. It's Magnus Ver Magnusson on the left, looking after Luciano.
Oh, beautiful. Both rep given for both athletes there.
Both getting really clean, really nice looking reps. This is nearly 300 pounds. We're around about 285 pounds in the hands is what they're dealing with here.
3 reps for Giovanni already. Very explosive.
Isn't he just? Look at that. Yeah, yes. Lovely little split jerk overhead with nearly 300 pounds in the hands, and it's in the shape of a log. Not easy at all. Almost 12 inches in diameter, this log. Scheussler, can he get his leg? Can't get his legs into it. He's struggling there.
Giovanni on his fifth rep, looking, still moving really well, looking really easy for Giovanni.
Really well indeed, yeah. He's Italy's strongest man, under 90 kilos, the unofficial world record holder in the opponent's axle at 168 kilos at under 90 kilo body weight. That is just absolutely mind-blowing and extraordinary. He's got a max log of 153 kilograms.
Wow.
That was very impressive there from the Italian.
Did he get that 6th rep? I don't know if he did.
I'm not sure. 5 reps is what's registered at the moment.
6.
And
I think it's 6.
6 has come up now. Yes, indeed.
6
After a little discussion there, Maggie Ver Magnusson happy to give him a 6th. And he says his uncle back home is watching. So welcome to Uncle. I don't know what an uncle is in Italian, but you know, Don or whatever. Don Luciano. Bienvenuti. I gave it an attempt. Anyway.
You did great. You did great.
Thanks. So we have Kent against Donen in our next pairing. Kent on the left-hand side. And it's David Kent and Benjamin Donen, or Donat, as he will be, Benjamin Donat of France.
Donen
it's taking an eternity to get overhead. And he gets it, I think.
He got it, yep. They've both got 1 rep each. And Donen, actually, one of the competitors that were under 80s, but he has had to come up to the under 90s because he didn't quite make weight yesterday.
Oh, leans back, gets it up. The Frenchman is a phenomenal competitor. He really is. We saw that at the official Strongman Games.
Yep.
He is he's a heavyweight of the under 80s, and looks like he's going to be right up there in the under 90s, though, giving away a lot of weight to some of the other men. Almost 15 seconds left. We have Kent sitting on 3 reps. Two reps for Donat. Looks like Kent is going to get the better of him here, the Englishman.
And Kent leaving it there. Whistle's gone.
So Donat, it was... well, if you think he's only just a few kilos above the 80 mark, so if this log is sitting at for the under 90s 130, so it's like 46, 47 kilos heavier than him.
Massively.
I mean, that's 1.5 times body weight over. That's a heck of a press overhead.
Not only doing that though, Colin, he's obviously tried to cut for this and not quite made it, so his body's going to be struggling today.
Well said, Nicola. Yes, indeed. Yeah, they were just weighed in yesterday morning through to the evening.
Yep.
Depending on how much weight they had to lose. I think the biggest cut was 12 kilograms in the day. That's an unbelievable amount of weight. And right, we're underway then with our next pairing, and it is Jonni Ruttanen against Stephen Wiley of Scotland.
Yes. And if Stephen gets this, this is going to be a PB for him.
Jonni Ruttanen of Finland. And indeed, Wiley is just waiting. He's trying to summon up, but some sort of
he's struggling
primeval
to clean
power here, but it hasn't come to him yet. A little smile there to Dave Warner, this ref. 2, though, for Rautinen of Finland. Elbow's quite low. He's going to have to get this. A little wobbly, yeah. Try and get his heels dug in and a drive.
Oh,
no.
No, not this time. He has still got 2 reps, though, which is really good at this weight. Stephen, I think he's decided to leave it there.
He is quite a tall man, Wiley, long-armed as well, I have to say. Just haven't measured them, but I can eyeball them. They're pretty darn long.
They are
I imagine
long.
a tremendous deadlifter, but long arms, good for deadlifting, not so good for pressing overhead. There we are. As we continue on then, it's our under 90s with our next pairing, which will be
CB Janssen and Dan Benson.
See, it's CB Janssen and Dan Benson. Benson, the hot tip for the win, according to our producer in our ears, James Nethercote of Lancashire, just in case this totally goes wrong and he's stitching me up, a.k.a. Nev. CB Janssen of the Netherlands, Dan Benson, the hot tip. Dang, I wish I put money on him now. Dan Benson flying off into the lead here, looking really strong.
Looking great. Dan Benson actually just won the Chaos Strongman Classic for the under 90s only a few weeks ago.
3 reps so far. Now, can the Dutchman get something going here? On 0 reps at the moment. Ooh! Benson gets that.
Yes.
Janssen! No.
Benson trying to cut that number down. He's got 15 seconds left.
Well, Benson looked quality last year in the OSG under 90s, where it came close to winning the world title. And certainly trying to get that European title would be the first step this year towards securing what he was hoping to get last year. 2 seconds left, that's it, gone. It is an unofficial clock, I must add, on the screen. If you're back home counting frames after this, saying, "Oh, he had 2 seconds left, I saw it." No, he doesn't have 2 seconds left. Promise you, the referees have the official clocks, and yes, it's that is the rough guide clock. So there we are, and we've moved our LED screens into the center now, so cunningly we can see them in every shot, which will certainly mean I don't have to have my fingers out counting when we're doing this, which is a big help for me. Thank you, Darren Sadler and Lindsay there, looking after the LED screens. And that guy walking around in the background, that is Joe. Joe is our Steadicam man.
He is.
You may well know him if you've spoken to us online and social media. Joe masquerades as official strongman an awful lot on Instagram, but that is actually Joe often speaking, especially if it's something inappropriate. There we are. Anyway. Joe gets the blame for everything. There we go. Now we move on. Victor Lingham of Sweden. Svenska on the left. Up against Josh Lancaster of England. On the right, Lancaster goes for a big split, and he gets it, surely. The Swede, too. We are one apiece. Or did he get it? No. Magnus Fair. Magnus's arms stayed high. His feet were moving. It's a fair call from Magnus Fair.
Josh Lancaster, again, another split jerker. Very powerful through his leg drive. So hoping for a good few reps from him today.
Lancaster. Oh, my goodness!
He's okay.
Are you kidding me? That wasn't it. I could have sworn that was a dislocated elbow. That man has the world's most flexible elbows.
Oh, now Lingman is now up at 2 reps in that.
That's blown my mind. Victor Lingman.
Wow, he's taken that back. He's now on 3 reps.
3 reps, that's extraordinary. Josh Lancaster, how was that not a dislocated elbow? Surely he would realize if it was. He must have pain receptors.
And that's the time with Lingman on 3 and Josh only getting 1. I'm surprised at that, Colin. I'm very surprised. I think that totally threw him.
He's a great strongman, Josh Lancaster, but just things going a little too long over his head. And it's a bit like a video game. The energy starts to seep down. There's not much you can do without swallowing a few gold coins or whatever you do in a video game to get the energy back up. But he ran out. Thank goodness he didn't do his elbow there. I could have I'd have bet the house that was an elbow done. There we are. So we have Mr. Burke up against Zemlicka.
David Zemlicka. Mark
It might be Zemlicka.
Zemlicka?
And he's from the Czech Republic. But if anyone from the Czech Republic is watching, then please get in touch with our Instagram or our Twitter and let us know. David Zemlicka up against Mark Burke. I think I've got Mark Burke right.
Yes, that's right.
Of Ireland.
Yes, and he is also another athlete that has had to move up to the under-90s from the under-80s because sadly did not make weight. So this is going to be a challenge at these weights.
The 33-year-old. He was Ireland's under-80s champion now several times. And Zemlicka.
Oh dear.
Doesn't feel so good. He's gone down. I think he's all right. He's just undoing his belt. Nothing too sinister, folks. As Zemlicka is on his 3rd repetition. The Czech athlete looking solid here. He's very much entering his prime here, Zemlicka, looking really good. The Czech athlete.
Another nice clean there.
No problem at all. Takes his time on the press. And is he going to get it? Oh! He just got it there. Dave Warner there. Managing to get the press overhead nicely there. Now Burke, well, you can see that he had cut a lot of weight to try and get into the under 80s and just missed it.
Yep.
There was a discussion amongst the official strongman because it's never a done deal if you're going to get allowed into the category above, but great amounts of effort was made by him to make the under 80s, and therefore punishment enough is not to get into that category, so he was allowed into the under 90s. As we move on, it is Harry Rogers of England, and he'll be up against Ollie Clark, also of England. An all-England clash here.
Athletes take your positions.
So we move on. Harry Rogers on the left-hand side from Shropshire. He also is the Northern England under-90 champion. Has a max log of 145 kilograms. Ollie Clark looking really slick. The Essex man.
Wow.
Under-23 UK champion. He's a world record holder in powerlifting as well. And at 19 years old was competing at the UK level. He's a massive squatter, and he's also a very, very good log presser, is Ollie Clark. 4 reps to 1 here against Rogers.
Rogers slowly getting in the swing of things now. Oh, just misses that 2nd rep. Ollie's still going strong now with 5 reps on the log. Still looking really powerful as well in the press.
Yeah, Rogers, the former rugby player, the county level, now works as a scaffolder, unscaffolding his elbows as he gives up after 1. And Ollie Clark there battling all the way to 6 repetitions here on a 130 kilogram log and under 90 kilo body weight. That is incredibly impressive from Clark, the 22-year-old man from Essex.
And we're moving on to our final pair now, Colin. Our final pair for the log press.
Absolutely, our final pair will be Gavin McNamee up against Craig Smith. McNamee, the 28-year-old from Northern Ireland, and Craig Smith is who he faces, the 36-year-old from the Highlands of Scotland.
Yes.
Yes. Is Peterhead the Highlands?
No. You've still got another 6 hours up from there. We're like in the middle.
Yeah. Peterhead.
Peterhead.
Ken, do you know Francis Brebner? He's fifth Peterhead.
Yes.
You do know Francis?
I know who he is.
A grave digger from Peterhead. There you are.
He
well-known
is.
Man.
Yes, very well known.
Craig Smith. Oh my goodness, he's seeing stars and going out.
And he's out.
And sleep.
Oh
Gavin McNamee on the left-hand side, the Irishman.
He's back. Craig is back. He's okay.
He's okay.
He's back at fighting fit, ready to go again.
I'm not sure it's the wisest move to go again. Take your time, Craig. You have 30 seconds in which to go. Craig McNamee of Ireland gives it a slap. He's angry. He hasn't got one. And now Craig Smith, let's hope he doesn't see stars again. It's very difficult to recover from that kind of thing, isn't it, Nicola?
Yes, it is. And you can see what the athletes are putting themselves through to get this. But there's a few of them now.
Have you ever passed out before?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
I have twice. Both not times I was bevied the night before, though. So I doubt Craig Smith is bevied, but maybe cutting a lot of weight has a similar effect in dehydrating.
Yes, maybe. But no, I have never passed out. But you can just see the effort that these athletes are putting in for this competition day and how much it means to them.
There we go. And I'm almost certain that he cut a lot of weight there. Let me just ask him while he's passing. Did you have to cut a lot of weight to get into this category? You didn't. So wasn't that caused the... There you go. That's my theory, Tony Roberts. He didn't have to cut any weight to get in this category. I should probably just lie and say he said yes. So I look clever. But no, the truth is he didn't. He was absolutely fine.
But it's heavyweight, Colin. It's
a heavyweight. Here we are. Our leaders, our winners, is Luciano, Benson and Clark, all on 6 repetitions. David Zemljica of the Czech Republic on his own in 4th. Kent. And we're just about in Kent here. We are on his own there. No, he's not on his own. 3 reps for Kent and Victor Lingman as well. They're in 5th equal. Benjamin Donat, the man who didn't make weight in the under 80s. And, well, he is a phenomenal force at under 80 kilo strongman. And all that weight cutting, there was some talk about it being almost unfair that he qualified for the under 80s. Now he's in the under 90s. Well, that is the effect of doing heavy weight cutting and failing. He isn't as effective, perhaps, as people thought he would be. So 2 reps there for Donat and also the Finn.
Dan, 6 reps. Pretty amazing for 3 guys to tie like that. Were you happy with your performance?
I was over the moon with my performance. My overhead is far from my strongest event, but to get 6 and tied 1st place, especially with this guy, I knew that I'm very, very happy with that.
Well, nice work. Ali, tell me, would you like to go max log against these 2 guys as a tiebreaker? Can I check with the organizers real quick? Because we'd like to see, Ali, who's the strongest. Would you like to do that?
I'd love to do that.
How many in the crowd would like to see Giovanni and Dan and Ali go for a max log? What do you say? Well, I'm afraid that the organizers wouldn't allow me to do that, but that's where my mind goes because all 3 of these guys are phenomenal. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Giovanni, Dan, and Ali, nice job.
Thanks, Kaz.
And we are going to a 350 kilo yoke. 350 kilos, Radzi, and that's mental.
It is a lot of weight, and facing that weight first off, it's Stephen Wiley and Sebi Janssen from
Here
Netherlands.
They go, and they are both off, where Stephen is slightly in the lead. He is very, very good at moving events, and Sebi fortunately drops it, but Stephen has got it over the finish line with no drops at 350 kilos.
What was really interesting, Stephen was almost delicate. There wasn't sort of brute force. It was just really, really considered steps, and just he didn't break stride at any point. So
floats.
Efficient.
He just floats.
He floats, exactly that.
He's floating with that 350 kilos.
I mean, words I would never be able to say with 350 pounds on my back. But yeah, what a performance that was. So the initial marker is 22.16. The bar has been set. And again, we said it early doors in the other category. I feel as good as it was, that is beatable.
I agree. I think we're going to see some good moving here in this category. I really feel like we are.
And the strength in depth is significant here. Now, we've had a slight correction there. So just if you want to make your complaints to Nev for really doing Stephen a disservice, it wasn't 22.16, it was 12.85. We did him a disservice by almost 10 seconds. We should have really.
We should have known that.
I mean,
we're under a lot of pressure with all these lights and that, you know.
Time flies when we're having fun. That's what it is. We were mesmerised by his float.
He's floating so well. It's amazing. It's like he didn't touch the floor.
Correct. He moonwalked his way.
Oh my God!
Behave yourself.
What?
Behave yourself, Mark Burke. Behave yourself. You need to behave yourself.
That was Gavin McNamee He didn't even float.
It was so good,
It was like
I
a
didn't
train.
even see who it was.
McNamee. Gavin McNamee. Wow. That was incredible. We didn't even see him start. It was that fast.
We haven't had a sub 10-second time yet, and we've just seen our first one. 9.89 seconds. Such were the positions of where the referees and the volunteers were. He was like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
He was.
That was Redonkatron.
Now, that time has been set. Do we think it's going to be beaten?
No.
I don't think so either.
No. Big Gav from Ireland has just set the pace.
The big Gav. Who knew? Look at that.
Now, I hope at some point we get to see a replay of it. We're gonna need to see that replay in slow motion.
Yeah, because we missed it because it was so fast.
Now, if you want to see a replay soon, just put hashtag replay now, please, Nev. That's the hashtag to use.
There's a lot of hashtags floating about today. Here we go, guys. Stefan and Craig next. Scotland versus Germany.
Stefan versus Big Josh.
Big Craig. What are you looking at?
I do apologise. I'm jumping ahead here.
You're getting too excited,
I'm
Radley.
excited.
Calm down.
And the reason I didn't think he was Scottish was Josh Lancaster isn't a very Scottish name. That is a beard and a half, by the way, from Stefan Schussler.
And he's moving well now. He had a couple of drops at the start, but he's been very consistent here. I think he's going to make it to the finish line with no more drops,
yes.
and he does. Beautiful.
And this is just a reminder of how heavy 350 kilos is.
This is heavy. That is 771.5 pounds.
And you just did that in your head.
100%.
Mental arithmetic.
So clever.
It's that's why they call a Bouchan.
The Bouchan knows all the math. That was incredible. But we can already tell.
I'm trying to get over Gav.
It's shocking. That was amazing.
That was so good.
We're definitely going to have to get a replay of this, for sure.
We are. It was special. You shouldn't make a statement this early doors. That, for me, was the performance of the day so far.
That was incredible. There was just like, what just happened moment. What just happened moment.
Hashtag, what the flipping heck.
What the actual...
Superb that was.
That was incredible. So we've got two more athletes coming up now. We have got Harry Rogers up against Josh Lancaster.
We've got big Rob Frampton currently behind us. Very proud of his wife, Katie, carrying a shoulder injury, but mate, she crossed the finish line.
She did well. It was always going to be a bit of a grey area of day one.
Here we go.
Because the events didn't really suit.
Josh is off. No drops so far from Josh.
Day two, but as for these gents here, they are currently doing the business. Gavin with 9.89, setting the bar. There are some quick runs here.
They are speedy. I knew this category would be speedy. I knew they would be. Thanks, Rob.
That was Rob Frampton. What a legend of strongman he is.
He's such a dude, isn't he? He's just so cool.
The most generous guy you're ever going to meet.
So nice.
In every sense of the word. Time for everyone. He's also a scary dude until you speak to him and meet him.
Oh, definitely. But he's ace. I love him.
And I'll tell you what, if it kicks off in a pub though, I want Rob on my team.
Can we have a hashtag We Love Rob?
Ah, that is what we need.
Hashtag We Love Rob. Do that next. I've chose the hashtag this time.
That's it. You've taken over. So just a reminder, because Nev wasn't listening.
Nev.
So it's hashtag We Love Rob, isn't it, Nicola?
It is hashtag We Love Rob.
And the thing is, we need to give Nev a headset so he can listen. He's currently got two mics with his mouth.
He's a busy man.
One for both of his faces. Ooh.
Right, who's next, Radzi? Who's next?
Who is next? A man with the best sleeve you're about to see. A sleeve that I would love to have. And he's also gone for the Nike Dunks, I think, in terms of trainers.
Wow. I love it. I can't get Nike Dunks to fit me anywhere in any shop.
I've got a wide foot. I agree with that.
That's so annoying. Anyway, back to the athletes.
Indeed. It's Joni versus Benjamin. It's Rautanen versus Donin.
Donin actually meant to be in the under 80 category, but did not make the weight, so had to come up to the under 90s.
Do we know by how
today.
much?
I'm
Was
not
it
sure.
Close? I wonder if it was close.
It was close.
We have it on very good authority. He was close, but unfortunately, grams are. I mean, look at
And
this.
look at the speed, though. Regardless of a cut and having to move up in weight, he's still speedy. Speedy for the lower weighted athlete in this category. That was amazing.
He's had to make a cut like the Conservative Party. Unbelievable. We've got Colin Bryce behind us, about to inform us of priceless information that we call Bryceless information. Go on, Cole.
Not at all. I was going to talk about camera shots, but there we are.
Bryce,
no priceless information right now.
I was asking Radzi to make sure it was okay, because Radzi's our expert.
That's very kind.
Proper TV lovey pro.
You know what we've been talking about is the evolution of this event. So when we think
is.
about, there he is, big Bryce.
Look at him.
But how far it's come from the broadcast. Look at that straight away. This is proper interactivity here.
Yes.
Right in seconds we're here. It's how far has it come, by the way, in the last few years from not just Strongman, but this event specifically, from the broadcast to the progress. Now, Nev has just said you can have a headset if you want on.
Are we moving up?
We can talk about it. Here he goes. The mic is going on.
Radzi's he's only just discovered like a
Why is
mobile
there
phone.
hammer?
Radzi. He's impressed by. He works on all these big productions around the world, but he's still
Now-
amazed by a satellite.
Now you
How does
say
it
that.
work?
Look at that there. We've got a BlackBerry here with a real QWERTY keyboard.
You've
That's
got a
the truth.
BlackBerry?
Don't you worry about it, mate. We're going old school. We got old. This is an awful lot of fun here.
Okay,
Everyone's
we've got
having fun.
2 more athletes ready to go. Ready to go.
We are ready
Who
to
are
go.
we next? Who are we next?
That is the question. It is big. David Kent from England and Victor Lingman from Sweden. So much history in the Scandinavian regions. Magnus Samuelsson, one of my all-time favourites, hailing from this country, this man's country. And they're away.
And the whistle has blown. Oh, wow, the good speed there.
A brilliant shelf, by the way.
Beautiful shelf created there to keep that yoke in place. Look at it. Look, it's not even moving. That's not coming off no back.
Big.
Let's go. Yes.
He was the victor on that one. But will he manage to go 989? Possibly not. But again, he's encroaching on that top 3. And there we have David Kent, a name you have to be careful when you say on live television.
This is going to be a tight score. That battle, first place is going to give you the primo point.
So we are after a sub 10-second time. How close to it will he be?
Very solid carry so far.
If you ever want to feel bad about life, try and be a volunteer for Giants Live, because there are some serious creatures walking around. We've got Dave Warner, a World's Strongest Man competitor, currently sitting down with his thumbs ready to go.
Ready to click.
Ready to click.
Ready to click.
So we are awaiting the time to find out how close Lingman was to that sub 10 time.
Wow.
So, to put that into context, we saw a brilliant performance by Victor Lingman, and it was 12.7 seconds, so still almost 3 seconds slower.
Yeah.
3 seconds slower than Gavin.
That's massive.
Oh my goodness, that was a special performance.
I mean
from
that.
Gavin.
That was just. I'm still mind blown by that performance. Less than 10 seconds to carry a 350 kilo yoke is just insane.
I cannot wait to see the replay, which we'll get to see very shortly after this event
Here we
reaches
go.
its crescendo. David versus Giovanni.
And that is also a very good speed for Giovanni. Is that
Brilliant.
Wow.
Brilliant performance by both men, actually.
David, super speedy there. Both athletes. Very, very good performance.
Yeah, solid performance. I think the gift and the curse of this particular weight category, there's strength in depth, but there's also consistency. So we're going to see a lot of athletes separated by not a lot of time.
Yep.
And to that point, we have the second time bettered. 11.92 for David Zemlika of the Czech Republic.
Wow.
Getting even closer to that sub 10-second mark. So a reminder, that will get him on the podium as things stand. 10.75 is needed to currently usurp the current second place, which I believe was from Benjamin Donat of France.
And we have 2 athletes still to go, Dan Benson and Ollie Clark.
So it's Czech Republic, France and Ireland, 3, 2, 1 in this event. And here comes a man who has a road map on his arms.
Both athletes away, but Dan is in the lead here. And he's wobbling. Oh, he drops it. Oh, and Ollie takes over. Neck and neck.
What
Woo!
a brilliant battle. Ollie got out like a greyhound out the gates, but he was off balance for about 5 or 10 meters, fighting that, leaning back, and then it just became too much.
Dan is not happy with that.
And in the back of shot, walking towards us here, you can see once again the sweep on the quadricep, the glute ham insertions of Joe Schofield. Hashtag pray for Joe. Who's about to film an interview, it looks, very shortly.
Yes, here we go.
Was that a lightweight? Should they have gone heavier?
It was a smooth weight. That's an average weight every training session for me. And what I'd also like to say is, who do you think give Mitchell Hooper tips on how to be fast? Who do you think give tips to Mitchell Hooper on the yoke?
Well, I guess you do, Gavin. Mitch Hooper is pretty fast. Thanks a lot for helping him become the world's strongest man. Gavin, you're all right.
Yeah, I'm not too bad. It was my event to win there all day long.
Well, tell me, we got 2 days left. What's your worst event that we're going to be looking at?
It was the log today. Everything else should be plain sailing, hopefully.
So you're going to pick up momentum, that's it?
That's the plan.
Well, that was a great show so far. Good luck to you. We'll be seeing you tomorrow.
Yep, thanks very much.
Give it up to Gavin McNamee.
That, I have to say, is my performance of the day so far. 9.89 seconds, the only man to go sub 10 seconds in an event, in a weight category that's absolutely stacked.
And you said it wasn't possible to beat Mark Felix's time of 10, and now we're below 10. These guys keep impressing us.
So just a reminder of the results there. So David Zemlika of Czech Republic, 9.92 seconds in third. Benjamin Donat of France, 10.75. Slower, a reminder, than Mark Felix managed with 10.21, but who managed to usurp it? Gavin McNamee of Ireland, 9.89 seconds. That was a monumentally good performance.
With 350 kilos on his back.
Correct, sir. Category. This one is absolutely stacked. Again, after 2 events, it's not that surprising that it is pretty close. It's close between third and fourth. It's close between first and second. But one bad performance, and this could turn this thing right on its head.
They are quite equal in deadlift strength.
So here is Rogers in lane 1. Harry Rogers of England. And he will be facing down the Scotsman, Craig Smith.
Scottish and love sandbags. That's a bad combination. Let's see.
So, underway, and it is Craig Smith who's really quick in the pickup there. Crikey.
Throwing it. And now we're at 2 125 kilo sandbags. We've stopped using the 100 kilo bags from Mirafit.
This is just an extraordinary weight to have to carry around. It's
not skipping a beat. Straight onto it.
35 kilos above body weight. It's an extraordinary feat of strength just to pick it up, but to run it down and put it onto a 4-foot platform at the end here. And Harry Rogers is getting into the swing of things, but Craig Smith
is blasting through.
Blasted through.
Oh, yeah. Good run. Oh.
So 39 seconds left on the clock. That is going to be a tremendous benchmark for all of the others. And here comes Harry Rogers. think we'll see
It's cheered
2
on
out
by
of
Craig.
2.
Oh, that's so hard when you get to that edge.
Well, he does have time. It's whether Harry thinks he's got the energy left. Ooh, I think the legs say it all.
10 seconds.
Yeah. Just awash with lactic acid.
3, 2, 1, time.
Craig Smith, 38.12. Is our current leader then, and a tremendous benchmark for the others to have to face.
As said before, we've had women doing the steeplechase in 30-ish seconds, and one of the men did it in 31 seconds. So it is possible, but with these heavy sandbags, it's going to take some athlete to get below 35, 34 seconds.
So, a lot of scooting of paper around, actually getting caught on camera. But this is the secrets of the commentary booth area. Well, and that isn't Stefan Scheusler. Neither's that. Here's Siebe Janssen of the Netherlands getting in the zone. And looking absolutely in the mood for this. And Stefan Scheusler seems a little more relaxed about things from Deutschland. Germany against Netherlands then. Germany closest to camera in Schussler.
38.12 seconds, the time to beat. Janssen away.
Janssen up and over with the first one. 125 kilos, both of these. As Egil said a moment ago, it's a feeder strength just to lift it, never mind carry and run with it. And at the moment, it's Janssen of the Netherlands who's in the lead.
Janssen is 25 years old. We see a lot of young guys doing really well on the arena this weekend, Colin.
You really see the height of the platform when Janssen went up against it there. I say he went up against it, he popped it straight on, but it's a good 4 foot. And Janssen probably around about 5'7", 5'8" himself. He's not the tallest in the category, but boy, has he got power. Tons of explosive power, sacks of it.
And these guys seem so well prepared. Everything is studied. Let's see if he can do the final pop.
Scheusler of Germany to finish. Plenty of time to do it, but
and will he? Yes, he's
petrol tank
able.
is near empty. He gets off with a few fumes left in it to finish that one off. 42.4 seconds then for Janssen, and a tremendous effort. I'm not sure there was another sack in it. He really put absolutely everything in just perfectly. Used his energy levels up to go through in a solid time there. As our next pairing prepare, and we will see out.
The battle of the 27-year-olds, both of them coming up, David Kent and u90kg. 27 years old, both of them.
A large amount of fins. Again, it's good to see the fins.
Yeah, 10 years back there weren't as many, but in the lighter category.
20 years back there were more though.
No,
not the categories, but
yeah.
I'm talking open category in particular.
Yeah.
Of course, the bodyweight categories were
didn't
so
exist.
limited.
Didn't exist.
Yes.
Yeah. Started with actually show lifting that made the categories popular in Strongman, where you had Strongman competitions with 1, 2, or 3 events. You can join 1 or 2 or 3. It was not an overall competition. Then the weight categories snuck into Strongman, and we ended up almost like a proper sport.
Here we go, underway. It is David Kent of England, closest to camera. Jonni Rautinen over on the far side.
Oh, nice throw. I like it when the athletes throw the bags away, giving themselves a yard or so to...
My goodness, Rautinen, it was like a shot put it over that. Look at this. If we can do it again. He got up 3 meters there in the first one. Yeah. That's extraordinary.
And in the end, I think you're going to be happy you gave yourself a yard or two.
Oh my goodness,
to kill the crew.
He went mad.
They didn't need to take that one down. It went down by itself.
And
Jonni is doing really good work now, starting to struggle.
Jeez, yes. The crew are ready for that one. Little smile on Big Roy's face there, our crew chief extraordinaire. As, he wasn't prepared to catch the first one, but he sure was with the second one. David Kent then finishing off as well. And I'm just amazed at quite how light work it looks for these chaps, actually. 125 kilos. We're talking 280 plus pounds in the hands of a horrible dead weight.
And as you said earlier,
37.19 seconds on new leader of Finn, Joni Rautinen. Really close as well, but only just snuck in ahead. 0.9 of a second was the difference. But he is our new leader as our next pair make their way out and prepare to go. And it will be Mike Burke of Ireland against, known as Mike to his friends, but Mark is when you read it properly, Colin, against Giovanni Luciano of Italy.
Italy is also one of the nations that has produced some strongmen in the later years. Like, we didn't used to see a lot of Italian strongmen 10 years ago, but now they are starting to fill up the categories. So Mark is 33 from Ireland, and Giovanni is 32.
There's Mark, closest to camera, and Giovanni Luciano.
Italy's strongest man under 90.
He looks like he could be Italy's best bodybuilder under 90 as well. He's stacked. Oh!
Stress is also an enemy.
You always wonder how much body weight these guys have lost to get down into the category, and what is the kind of event that dehydration is going to hit you most
This
at.
is one of the events where you actually want as small a cut as possible, because that is a lot of hard work today on the arena.
A lot of thicker blood floating around your system, struggling to get pumped. But here we go. Mark Burke.
We've seen some of the earlier heats where the athletes have had surplus energy at the end of the run, but this heat, there doesn't seem to be any surplus energy.
Wow. Giovanni Luciano.
Oh, come on.
Looked for the first few seconds to be Superman, but now he's really struggling.
Yeah, that was a good save. It's a good save.
Already the legs are wobbling. And Mark Burke, the Irishman, to take the win in this pairing. Great effort there.
Under 10.
Cramping up.
There's little time left to go now.
No need, sir. There's no use in trying to do that now. You get no medal.
Pride, come on, Eggle.
For tiring yourself out. Yeah, but pride is an enemy as well. You see athletes beating themselves up, trying, and then 7 seconds left. It's just save it. Smile to the crowd, wave to the crowd, hug a child.
It's difficult though, especially if you feel you should have done better to I mean, 7 seconds normally, if he wasn't feeling so tired, he could pick that up and run it in 7 seconds with ease.
How many times haven't you seen an athlete drop one of the stones or the sandbags down, and the MC are saying 10 seconds, and then you see him wobble and clap his hands and then take a grip? There's 4 seconds left.
Yeah.
You're not making that stone in 4 seconds.
Very unlikely.
So either you go, or you save yourself.
You've also got the heartbeat in your ear, which now you can't hear anything. Cause
and the lactic acid just keeps coming. Even though you stopped moving, the lactic acid is still coming.
You know, there's a pride thing. You just have to keep battling. You don't want to give up on something, do you? It feels like that. Anyway, it takes a mature athlete to do that. As we look at Josh Lancaster there, he was in lane 1. And he's up against Dan Benson of England, who's had a great day yesterday, for sure. Josh Lancaster, I could have sworn he dislocated his elbow yesterday, but he's clearly made of rubber, or part rubber.
It's mobility for you. Wow!
So Benson taking the lead here ahead of Lancaster. Real high quality.
Lancaster has stepped up a category from the under 80s, where he was a couple years back.
Benson holds it high. This is going to be an easy load for him, no problem. Absolute dynamite here. He's supercharged. With 45 seconds to go, this could be a phenomenal time from Benson of England.
Really like the grip, but his legs are giving in.
Oh, no.
Hobbles to the platform.
Oh, Justin no more. Goodness me.
Good effort.
He knows that one. He played his get-out-of-jail-free card right at the end and just got it on. Josh Lancaster Oh, he looks exhausted as well, walking off here with very heavy legs. But a good running hair to go against in Benson. My goodness me, he's a great athlete for sure. .74, and amazingly, that is only fourth at the moment. And seeing my hand signals to the producer there off camera.
Trying to do sign language for the
west side,
for the hearing impaired.
Yeah. All the high techs here. We have all 5 fingers on each hand. Okay, on with our next pairing then, Lord Greybeard. And we have Wiley. Stephen Wiley, the Scotsman, up against Ollie Clark of England.
Ollie is 22 and Stephen is 33.
It would be hard to say there was much age difference between the two of them, to be honest. 22 years old, Ollie. Thank you.
Yeah, seen some strong young men this weekend. And I like it when they throw it hard.
Great effort. Oh, he's picked up backwards
Nice.
though, Ollie. That doesn't really save you much time. Can often backfire a bit, and Ollie Clark under the steeplechase in lightning pace. On with his sack here. There's no rest at all from him.
No rest for the
backfire.
wicked. Clark is gunning for it.
Will it backfire?
And you talked about bodybuilders in the last heat. This guy looks like a bodybuilder. Amazing run.
No kidding. And what a time that is. Can Stephen Wiley, the Scotsman? Yes, he does. No problem at all in the end. The height advantage certainly putting him in good stead. But I believe we have a new leader in Ollie Clark, the Englishman. And 34.32 seconds. 34.32 seconds. Oh, I beg your pardon. 34.23. There's been an amendment. 34.23 seconds. He's stitching me like a kipper, the producer. He says, wait, he's changed again. What is it? What's the time?
Ollie's time, 34.32.
34.32 seconds, and he is in first. No more amendments. Going once, going twice. In first, our new leader. Well done. Good effort.
Well, let's see what Victor and David can do with that.
So then, we're on with our next power pair. The penultimate power pair. We're going for uber alliterations here, and representing David the Dragon Slayer Zemlika from the Czech Republic. Wait, is that me making this stuff up?
The Czechs have a lot more dragons than we do.
Okay, and he is up against Victor Lingman.
From Sweden.
From Sweden.
Victor knows what he's doing. He's been doing great in Sweden in the last 3 or 4 years, winning his category several times. And it looks like he's been practicing this as well. Look at that pick.
He launched that sack as well, didn't he,
Nice
Lingman?
work from Lingman.
See if he can do the same again. Oi.
Oh. Putting some gymnastics into this.
Yeah, quick on the pick. This is dynamite.
That's a masterclass study in pick and carry. See if he can do that again. No, we're having David in the shot.
The Dragon Slayer a little bit more mortal there. Now Victor Lingman, this is going to be up near first place. Oh, no. That could have cost him. He's losing places all the time here. He's got to get his hands off.
30 seconds remaining.
Good effort.
It's margins. Yep.
And will the Dragon Slayer, will he get this up onto the platform? He's lowering, ever lowering, and despite all the time on the clock, do you see him getting it from here? 15 seconds?
No, not a chance.
Well, under the
too much fiddling, and you're out of breath, and it's all like
Eggle's theory, as I'm afraid, come in, and 44.51. 44.51 for Lingman. And that actually slipped down to 8th place in the end when he was up near first. And that shows you quite how tight this is, Lord Greybeard.
And I don't mean to be negative when I'm saying that the athletes
can't help yourself, Lord Greybeard.
Nah, but like I get positively like
I get positively negative.
No, when an athlete actually is able to save an event with making that last effort Hail Mary. It's more fun if you don't believe it.
It's quite punishing to drop all the way to 8th, but such is life. It is this is the European Championships, and we are on with Gavin McNamee of Ireland. He is raring to go.
Donat.
Of France, it is Benjamin Donat.
Really nice athlete. I think he missed weight and had to go in the 90-kilo category.
Tremendous athlete, yeah. Tried his best to get down to the 80s, and having lost all that weight as well, it's made him certainly the lightest in the category. Here we go then. Benjamin Donat gets the pick quicker. Wow, that was slick, wasn't it?
Yep.
Used his knee to knee up a bit. Oh, but he's not got the best placement there. You have to walk around the sack. And that's let McNamee a window of opportunity, and he's taken it with both arms. He's in the lead. Donat struggling here.
McNamee is getting better and better, actually.
The taller of the two men as well. The 4-foot platform won't be such a tricky lift for him.
Good movement. Come on. Yes.
Glanced across, and Donat was not with him. But,
a good heat.
A very good heat.
Good heat to finish that category.
He's an exceptional athlete, Donat. We've seen that at the official Strongman Games, and well, McNamee though, the Donat slayer. What is the scores on the doors? That's the question we throw to our producer, Mr. Nethercoat. McNamee, 38.4. So the Ollie Clark is still our leader and now our winner of the category. And we're going to have a word in a second or two.
We're currently joined by Joe, a.k.a. Mr. Official Strongman Games, a.k.a. Mr. Steadicam, a.k.a. Mr. Quads. Dude, what does this event mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I think it's a massive step up in weight class strongman, and it's just getting bigger every year.
We've been talking about the progression of this event and the media, the broadcast, everything that goes along with it. How proud are you to see that? Because year on year, it gets better and better.
Immensely proud to see it. I think it's just putting the athletes in the spotlight they deserve to be in.
And finally, what do you think of Ollie Clark?
Beast.
Absolute beast. We're going to find Ollie Clark and hopefully grab a quick word with him, because it was a superb performance, especially against McNamee, who yesterday, I'm not sure if you saw the yoke, was truly monstrous in his performance. I think he beat the rest of the team by a number of seconds. So we'll be speaking to him a little bit later on, as well as all the other athletes, but the under 105 men look focused. They are ready and raring to go, so we'll bring them out and then we'll speak to them afterwards.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much to Ranzi for having a chat there with Joe, and now he's going to have a chat with the winner of
Ollie Clark. That was an impressive performance. How was it from your end?
I felt really good, yeah. To be honest, I was a little bit worried about it because, you know, a lot can go wrong with sandbags. You can fumble, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, I'm buzzing with that.
Can we talk about the transitions? Because you see a number of athletes, some ran around the yoke, some went underneath. You seem to have your transitions nailed.
Yeah, so in my head I was thinking, send one left, send one right, but try and throw it as far as I could over the yoke, just to get as much distance as possible. Straight under and just go straight ahead.
And how does the body feel after that?
It feels good, a little bit out of breath, but it is what it is.
And finally, is the key to your success the bandana?
I would say so, yeah.
Get yourself a bandana, it works. Ollie Clark, ladies and gentlemen.
The under 90 category, it is Ollie Clark who sits at the top of the pile there. Benjamin Donat, who failed to get into the under 80 category after trying to lose the weight to make it, was granted the right to go to the 90s. And I think rightly so. Talk about mixing it and living. He may well pull off quite an upset and get ahead of Ollie Clark if he can get a good deadlift out this afternoon. But Ollie Clark does have a very big lead, the biggest lead of any group. And he's got just 3 events to try and hang on to that lead, as we have 1 this afternoon, then 2 tomorrow. Dan Benson in third, a 1.5 behind Donat of France.
In the overall points, by a huge 7 points, Terry, is Ollie Clark.
Yeah, he'll be happy, that's for sure.
That is huge advantage for him going into the final tomorrow. But can he be caught up?
I mean, Ollie's a good deadlifter. He was a power lifter before he was a strongman. As you know, was lifting huge numbers as a real young guy. he's been very strong for a lot of years. So although he's still young in age, he's been around a long time, and he's incredibly strong on most events, to be fair.
Okay, so our weights moving up to the under 90 kilo category is 240 kilos start. That's the first bar, working their way up to a huge 300 kilos.
Wow.
That is incredible for an under 90 kilo category. That is crazy. 240 kilos, which is 529 pounds. That is amazing. Heavier than 500 pounds just on the first lift. We've got quite a lot of good athletes in this category.
Yeah, it always seems like that, doesn't it? The under 90 kilos is always a really stacked category. It's always full of like really, really, really good athletes. And obviously that then makes a great competition. The fact that it's so close from top to bottom in terms of ability is the one that doesn't make the mistakes often is the one that wins.
Yes, I agree. And do you think that we're going to see a lot of this men complete it at the 300 kilos after everything they've already done?
I mean, normally if I didn't know about the calibre of athletes here, I'd probably say, it's a big ask for even half the field to finish it. But knowing how good these guys are, how well trained they are, in how good a shape they are here, I think we'll still see quite a few finishers. I mean, we've only got to compare it to the under 80 kilo guys. They did 20 kilos less. Most of them finished it. And obviously the under 90s is full of like really good athletes as well. So we could see most of the field finishing it, even with a 300 kilo lift at the end.
Amazing. So we've got our first two athletes up. We've got Giovanni Luciano and Harry Rogers. England versus Italy.
It's great to see an Italian competing.
It is, isn't it? That's so good. Giovanni Luciano, Harry Rogers, our first two athletes. Waiting for that whistle. And it is blown. They are off to the first bar, which is 240 kilos. Harry Rogers flies up with that. Giovanni did not get that first lift. He rushed that. I think he panicked seeing Harry run in there. I think he panicked and did not wait. That has caused him a good few seconds.
Biggest thing I always say to the athletes when I'm refereeing is before we start is when I think that you've got the lift, not when you think. So just wait for the down call. The referees obviously never want to take lifts off people.
The rules are the rules.
Yeah, the rules are the rules.
However, he has caught up to Harry.
He has caught up very well.
Very, very well, because that was a good space between them, but don't know what happened there. Oh, we're on to the 300s. Come on, Harry, get it above those knees. Both athletes struggling there. Good off the floor, but just couldn't get past those knees. Come on. Come on, Giovanni.
Giovanni's basically done an extra lift as well on the first weight, so that could have been enough for him to, stop him getting that last one.
And he's ran out of time. And I agree, I think if he didn't have to redo that first lift, he would have gotten that 300 because it moved so well off the floor.
Yeah.
Well done. Both those first athletes making it to the third bar of 280 kilos. Now we're moving on to our next two athletes. Three bars to beat at 26.05. Our next two athletes, Terry.
David from Czech Republic and Stefan from Germany.
Amazing.
I'm not even trying both their surnames.
Zemlicka, David Zemlicka and Stefan Schussler?
I can barely speak English, so.
I'm trying. I did it, Schussler. I think that's right. And David Zemlicka. Here we go. Here we go.
It's the things on top of the letters, all of a sudden you think, are they pronounced differently?
Here we go, first bar.
Good lifts.
Easy lifts there. And for David, that second one seemed better than the first one. Third bar, 280 kilos.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get a finisher here.
We're going to get a 300 here. That moved so well. I didn't even have straps on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, pull it. Yes. Beautiful, David. Well done. And that was fast as well. That was about in 30 seconds, I think.
Very good.
David got that 4 bars. First one to get the 4 bars.
Stefan is having a quick blast on the smelling salts.
He's going without straps. Maybe the straps have put him off a little bit. Come on.
I think sometimes it's a good thing to actually, if you've not used straps for the first few, sometimes if your grip feels good, you're better off to just keep going.
Yeah.
And because you sort of almost lose your rhythm a little bit.
I agree. So 29.02 with 4 bars for David. Well done. He is taking the leader's spot. They're setting the standard for the next athletes. So we are moving on. Can he be beaten? All 4 bars. Next two is Mark Burke and Josh Lancaster.
See, you do their surnames, no problem.
That's because they're easy.
You don't leave those ones just for me. Yeah.
You're the professional, Terry.
I'm definitely not professional at reading, that's for sure.
We'll give it a go. We'll work together. I'll let you do the next two easy names.
I'm good at lifting stuff. What is it? My friend Martin always says, I can lift a ton, but I can't spell it.
Mark Burke gets that first lift, nice and easy.
Good work.
And again on that second bar, 260 kilos, making his way up to the 280. Still no straps.
Josh is one of those guys as well. He would have thought about this so many times and how he's going to attack it. So
Agreed.
He's probably got a plan of what exactly he's going to do in terms of getting through the bars in the best way possible for him.
Agreed, and I know that deadlift is not his favourite lift, to be honest. It's really not his favourite lift, so I'm very impressed that he's getting to this. Because when something's not your favourite, mentally, it's hard. It's tough.
It's definitely tough, especially when you see a guy, guys going out and finishing no problem before you go.
Exactly, but here we go. Are we going to see it from Josh Lancaster? Come on, Josh. I really hope he gets it. We're behind you, Josh. Come on. Oh! Get it above the knees, and he's got it.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. Oh. Come on. The whistle's gone, but I think he was still hoping for that lift, but didn't quite make it. Well done. I think, if the whistle hadn't went without that little bit of pressure, he could have gotten that lift.
Yeah.
He was in a good position. Mark Burke, 36.61. But still not beat that time of 29.02, all 4 bars from David. Moving on. Victor Lingman and David Kent coming up next. Can they get all 4 bars, and can they beat the time of 29.02 seconds? Let's see. You never know with this category. You never know. We have got England versus Sweden. Let's go. They're hyped, they're ready to go. Waiting for that whistle, and they're off. Here we go.
Victor definitely looked fired up there.
Beautiful lift from both athletes there. You could see the determination. They're wanting to that last bar. Easy. That flew up from Victor there. On to the 3rd bar, 280 kilos. Small hitch, but still really smooth.
It's such a huge advantage if you can get through them all without having to use straps.
He's opting for the straps in the 300.
Always using sort of 2-3 seconds to get your straps on the bar.
I think it's sensible go in for the 300 though with the straps on. If he gets it above these knees, he's got it. Nice little hitch. Come on. Big pull. Big pull. He's getting it. He's getting it. Yes. Nice. Beautiful from Victor Lingman. All 4 bars.
He looks pumped as well.
He is delighted with that. Victor Lingman from Sweden gets all 4 bars. Well done. This next two though, Terry, Dan Benson and Ben Donnan. This is going to be a good race.
Yeah.
These two amazing athletes. Ben actually was supposed to be the under 80s, but didn't quite make the weight, so it came up to under 90s. But 2 amazing deadlifters. This is going to be good.
Yes, he's probably gone through a weight cut and everything to then be 8 or 9 kilos under the weight limit of what he's competing against. But I mean, the standard between the 80s and the 90s, they're all amazing athletes. And, obviously, the heavier guys have a slight advantage, but
I agree. But you can see these deadlifts are flying. They're neck and neck now at 200. And no, 280 kilos, both 300. And who's going to get it first?
That's crazy.
And it's Dan. Dan took it there.
So fast.
Wow, that was so close and so fast. Let's just wait for the time. I want to see what this time is here, because that was speedy. Dan Benson, 16.36.
Absolutely incredible.
Takes the lead.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think Benjamin will be far behind him either.
It's literally a fraction behind Dan. That was so fast. 16.34. Sorry, 0.4, sorry. 0.04 of a second.
Wow.
So Dan was 16.36.
Just 0.04 seconds apart.
Okay.
Literally 400ths of a second.
That was amazing to watch. But Dan takes the lead at 16.36. I mean, are we going to even see that beat, Terry?
I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, even comparing it to the other categories, there's only so fast you can move through those bars. And I think that sort of 16, 17 seconds is pretty much near the limit. No matter what the weight is, no matter how easy it is, you can only go so fast.
I agree. So I've got CB Janssen and Stephen Wiley, Netherlands versus Scotland. The whistle has gone, and we are off. Quick strap in there from CB Janssen. Good lift from Stephen Wiley, who's going strapless. Good, CB catching up though. He's quick getting those straps on. He's practiced that. I feel like that's something that you really have to practice, to be that quick at that.
Yeah, it's definitely something that, you know, any aspiring strongman or strongwoman should be looking at, little things like that. It's any little way you can save a bit of time on a timed event, you'll do it.
Come on, and he gets it.
And obviously the more you practice stuff, the less you make mistakes.
Yes, I agree. And that was amazing from Janssen. Well done. I mean, I was just impressed with how quick he got those straps on around that bar. He knew exactly what he was doing, he knew exactly what he wanted, and he did it. He got all 4 bars, but it still was not as fast as 16.36 seconds. 35.11 for CB Janssen. Well done. That currently puts him into 4th place. And that was a PB.
Wow.
Yes, well done. Oh, we'd love when you get PBs here. PB. Lightweight, baby. Right, okay, we're moving on to our next 2 athletes. It's Craig Smith and Gavin McNamee. Gavin is fast. Did you see his yoke yesterday? It was incredible. And his sandbag. He is fast. So if he's got good deadlift, he's going to be speedy between them. And, yep, good so far. 240 kilos flew. Ooh, a little bit of a stumble there on the 260. Craig not far behind him. 280. Wow. That was super fast. What was
it
that?
quick enough?
I don't think it was quite quick enough, but we'll see. We'll see.
I don't think he looked quite as fast, but he's still going to be a good, solid amount of points.
I think he's still going to be top 3 for that event.
Yeah.
Top 3 for that event for Gavin, but I don't think he was quick enough to beat Ben or Dan. We're just waiting for that time for Gavin. Good effort from Craig as well. 18.72 for Gavin, so that puts him in 3rd place for this event so far.
Still a very, very fast time.
Very
Just the
impressive.
other 2 guys were so quick.
It's very, very impressive. But we are moving on to our final pair. Joni and Ollie Clark. I'm not going to attempt that one. You want to try? Rautinen? Joni Rautinen?
Rautinen.
Well, we'll go for that. Joni Rautinen and Ollie Clark, our final pair. And you're saying that Ollie Clark is a very good deadlifter, so is he fast?
He is fast, and he looks super intense. He looks in great shape as well coming into it.
He does look, he looks in incredible shape. Joni Rautinen.
Has obviously worked very hard coming into this, Ollie has. He's a local guy as well, lives just down the road.
He does look great shape, so let's see. Good lift there. Both athletes actually were flying with those deadlifts there. And Joni actually taking the lead in this in front of Ollie.
There was always a big history of Finnish guys and deadlifting back in my early days of strongman. All the Finnish guys were big deadlifters.
Well, it looks like the same now.
Yeah, same's continuing.
Oh, and his hands slipped there. Both athletes' hands slipped there, unfortunately. Now they're having to put on the straps. It's a risk they have to take to try and get that speed, but sometimes doesn't always pay off.
But was that the pressure from Dan and Ben putting on them that's made them sort of attempt at what they wouldn't normally have done? So, you know, sometimes things like that come into it, obviously, with a competition.
And then Joni, I think, could have got that 300 if he had put the straps on in the first place. But yeah, the pressure of that time from Dan and Ben.
Yeah, it's why it's so crucial to sort of focus on what you're doing and not worry about what other people are doing, because, yeah, things like that really can throw you off if you're not careful.
I agree. And have you done that in the past where the pressure has kind of thrown you off, so you've learned that?
Yeah, for sure. There's been numerous times when I've gone at an event, I've had a plan in my head going into it of exactly what I'm going to do, and then seen someone else go and completely change the plan and ended up making it worse for myself.
In the house, deadlift ladder completed. What a performance. How happy are you with that one?
I'm over the moon. This was always going to be a solid event. This was always going to be points for me in the bag. Obviously, we've got some of the greatest deadlifters in the world in the under-90s. And to go up against guys like Ben and Gavin and to beat them, it means a lot. It's huge.
In terms of strength of depth in 90s, it's probably the most stacked, maybe that and under 105s possibly as well. How tough is it, given that you know the margins are going to be tiny, and it was tiny between you and second?
Yeah. You know, any mistake is going to cost you so many points in a stacked class like this. And I found that out yesterday on the yoke, obviously, but no, today I'm clawing back, and it was all mine today.
Do you consciously try to actually sprint between the bar, or are you almost trying to gather your breath or compose yourself? What's going through your mind then?
It's just about getting to the bar as quick as possible. I can catch my breath when I'm going down to the bar, so I think a lot of points are won and lost in the time it takes to travel between bars, so just be quick.
You sound like a man who's meticulous in your preparation for this. Is that something that comes naturally to you? Have you always kind of approached strongman like that?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, because you know, the attention's in the detail, and it's those sorts of details that will absolutely change the event.
So with that said, attention to detail, 2 events tomorrow. What would success look like for you this time tomorrow?
Standing on the top podium.
Simple as that is the correct answer. Special round of applause for a special athlete.
In the men's 90kg class, Ollie Clark is the class act there, though Benjamin Donat, the man we thought was going to be competing in the 80s, is punching above his weight. Half a point ahead of Dan Benson, who sits in third currently, and then there's a interesting battle between McNamee and Zamlicha on 43 points. Whether either of those two can get to the podium, we'll have to wait and see. There are quite a few in the under 90 that goes long beyond the 10 in the leaderboard there. So there's a big chance to get points in the under 90s. So we'll see how that goes.
And how brutal is this event? I have not done a shield carry before, but mentally, how hard is this to keep going?
Yeah, it's very tough. I mean, feel it mainly, for me, it was always in the hamstrings, glutes, lower back. I mean, by the end of it, your legs are just shot to bits, and you can feel yourself almost leaning back more and more and more to try and counterbalance that weight. But, I mean, obviously another crucial part of it, which is, really important, is the breathing. You've got 160 kilos or whatever weight they're doing sitting on your chest. That's obviously going to restrict your breathing. Then you're trying to almost pull it onto yourself as well. So it's a very tough event, and you need really good cardio and conditioning to be good at this.
I'm excited for this. I know that Stephen's good at his moving events. He's from Edinburgh. He owns his own gym, GBA, in Edinburgh, and he's flying. I knew that this would be one for him.
Stefan's going with a totally different grip.
Yeah, he's going straight with the lower pickup there, which, what do you think about that?
I wouldn't have gone that way myself, but you can see it gradually sliding its way down anyway. So
it's just going to get harder and harder from here.
It's going to be tough for him, yeah, that's for sure.
Do you think having the higher one and more wiggle room as it does slip is the way to go?
Yeah, because you can always get, you've seen a lot of them getting that extra few metres just when it drops down into the hands. They can still eke a little bit more out. But, obviously, again, with the really big guys, sometimes they can get their arms around it, and that makes it a tiny bit easier. But you know, I mean, it's a tough event whether you're good at it or not.
Yeah, it's brutal. And how difficult is the turn?
Really tough, and because obviously the shield's in the way a lot of the time, so you can't actually see what you're doing. So you can't see the line, and you don't want to be walking further than you have to. So yeah, it is tough, and obviously when you're walking in a straight line and you're getting into a nice rhythm, and then you've almost got to stop that rhythm to then start again. It's very tough.
So, who is in the lead so far? Obviously, Stephen Wiley is our current leader. Let's see, we were just waiting for the distance for Stephen. What is the distance to beat? That was pretty fast from Stephen, but he stumbled a little bit on that second turn, unfortunately.
Yeah, still a fantastic effort. The fact that these guys are carrying virtually double their body weight.
It was 40.33 for Stephen Wiley from Scotland. Well done, Stephen. Our next two athletes getting ready. We're just putting the shields back. As you can see, it's getting wheeled back because that's how heavy they are.
It's always funny, isn't it, when you watch them resetting and there's like 5 of them lifting the shield that one guy's got to pick up and run with.
Exactly. Even put it back into place. A couple of guys lifting it up with rods sticking out the end. They're not wanting to lift that by themselves. No, thank you. It's tough on the crew as well. You know, they're doing multiple lifts. As you can see, moving things about all day. They're exhausted by the end of the weekend. So we are set back into place. Our next two athletes, Josh Lancaster and David Kent. Josh, very fast. If he takes his time on his pickup, I think he can do really well here. Both from England. David Kent, 27 years old. And our Josh Lancaster, 32 years old. I'm excited to see this. We want a solid pickup here, nice and high so they can get moving quick, especially for Josh because he is fast. I'm not sure about David on his moving events, but we will see. Good pickup from David, and he's off. Yeah, so he's a fast start for David.
Not wasting any time there at all. I don't know if Josh has done my little trick of waiting for a little while, so he's got a target to follow.
Yes.
It's always a nice thing to do, but, you know, obviously the guys are trying not to do that. They're not supposed to do it, but I always used to try and get away with it a little bit.
So you know you've got a little target in front of you.
Exactly.
So David's still going
doing really
strong,
well.
really, really well.
It's one of those things where it's a fine line as well between going off too fast and not going off fast enough. Obviously, you don't want that weight on you for any longer than you have to. Yeah. If you move too fast, it's very easy to lose balance or for the shield to slip down your body or just to get out of position a little bit.
I agree, and I think a little bit longer on that turn is always good as well. You rush that, you can stumble, get an injury, drop it.
See, this is what I mean, where Josh started a bit slower. You can now see where David went to and eke his way past that target.
Come on, Josh. He hasn't got far to go to beat that. Is he past it already?
I think he's just past it.
A little bit more. Don't give up now, Josh. Come on. He's ready.
Oh, Jesus.
And he slips with that. But did he beat David? Have we got?
I think he just about did. My heart literally skipped a beat there.
That was...
Yep,
that was nearly a limb.
I don't know where you'd rather want that landing, on your balls or on your knee. Definitely
I don't know, you tell me.
Definitely the knee, always the knee. You can take both my knees, don't take my balls.
Okay, so Josh, I think, is our new leader. We're just waiting for the distance now. The distance beat was 51.34. Has Josh beat that? I think he did by the look of it, but it was so close. We just want to confirm that. David Kent, 51.34. Did Josh beat that distance on the shield carry? We will find out. We're just waiting for that confirming now.
Josh falling back there could have actually cost him a tiny bit because the shield came back with him.
That's why I'm unsure.
Yeah.
Because it did look like he was further ahead, but he did fall back. Okay, so actually we've got an update there. David was 50.34 and Josh Lancaster does take the lead at 51.22. Well done, Josh. So that just little, like you said, slow and steady. David took off, but Josh won that.
Great effort from both of them, though. They really dug in deep there. It's
really good.
That's exactly what we want to see.
Definitely, and yeah, I agree with what you said. Not just because they're fast at the start does not mean they're going to take the win. Josh took his time on that pickup and took his time on the run, and he is our new leader at 51.22. We have our next two athletes ready. Shields are in place, and we have Giovanni Luciano and Harry Rogers. England versus Italy. Giovanni and Harry are up next. 51.22 to beat. And they're off. Solid pickups from both athletes there. Giovanni is taking his time. Harry just in front of him. But they're looking pretty solitary.
Both looking really good.
Oh, and he doesn't break that line. Harry's got to go back, which is a nightmare.
Let's see if he regrets that or not.
Take that step back could have made him, but he seems to have taken that back pretty well. That could have totally thrown him off.
We saw it happen at World's Strongest Man this year, where one of the guys missed the line and they ended up deducting 20 metres off of his distance. So,
goodness.
It wasn't good for him, obviously, but
not worth it.
The rules are the rules.
The rules are the rules, and Harry sadly dropped it on that turn. Well done to both athletes. It was a good start, but it is not enough to beat Josh Lancaster at 51.22. But well done to both our athletes there. That was really, really good. And yeah, I think maybe that had thrown Harry a bit because he was looking still pretty solid until that second turn. And unfortunately dropped it after that. Harry Rogers, 41.04, sorry. Well done, Harry, but still, huge gap between him and Josh, who is our current leader, 51.22 metres, which is just incredible at 160 kilos, just 353 pounds. That it was incredible from Josh. 29.31 metres for Giovanni. No one even close to Josh Lancaster yet. Can we see it beating this next two? Joni Rautanen and Craig Smith, Scotland and Finland. I'm hoping to see this beat. Craig is pretty fast on his moving events. He was very, very good on the sandbags yesterday.
That's normally a good gauge, actually, how well they did on the sandbags. It's probably going to be similar sort of guys doing well on this event as to what the sandbag, because essentially it's almost the same event. You're carrying weight in front of you, so I mean, obviously it's a little bit more of an endurance thing rather than a speed thing, but it's a very similar event.
I agree, and the sandbags yesterday were very big, so probably about the same length as these shields, so I'm hoping to see Craig Smith from Scotland doing well, and they are off. The whistle has been blown, and they're looking good just now. Joni is off, though. He has taken the lead. He was a slower starter, but he is away. He's crossed that first line, and he's going back. Craig struggling a little bit, stumbling backwards just slightly. Joni is smashing this. This is incredible.
Looking really good there.
He looks absolutely solid. Doesn't look like he's even struggling. And I think he's going to beat Josh Lancaster. 51.22 to beat.
Oh,
and he's done it. He's already beat Josh Lancaster. Can he get it to that next line? Come on. Come on, Joni.
Fair play to Craig over there as well. He's really fighting.
He is.
He looked like he was struggling almost on the way up there on the first run. And
Joni's
still fighting away.
Well done. They fought to the end there.
Fantastic effort from both of them.
Incredible. And we have a new leader, though. Joni Rautanen. We're just going to wait for his distance here, but he has beat Josh Lancaster, who was 51.22. Joni taking the lead on that heat. Well done to both athletes. Craig, a fast start, but slowed down, but kept fighting, as you said, Terry, and that's all that matters, really. You want to see them dig deep.
Notice there as he's walking back, he's having a good look at his arm, so I don't know if that was where the issue was, rather than the sort of moving. He was struggling keeping the grip, maybe.
Yeah, there has been a lot of skin removed from these shields.
Yeah.
From a lot of the athletes. It is brutal. And when you feel that, that must put you off, Terry, when you feel that happening.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely, once you notice it, I always found that with injuries and stuff, is when you notice them that you've got a problem.
Okay, so we have Joni in the lead with 55.73 meters with 160 kilos. That is incredible.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
Well done. That is well over their body weight. It's just insane. Well done to Joni on the lead there, 55.73 meters.
Oh, we're going to see over 60 metres. I think we probably will, to be fair.
I think we will, you know.
Yeah.
I think we will. It's looking good. Our next two is Victor Lingman and Ollie Clark. Two names that stand out there for you, Terry?
Yeah, Ollie I know really well. Yeah, we share a sponsor. He's local as well. I've known him for a long time. He's really come on strong this year, which is great to see. And yeah, I mean, I'm hoping he'll do well here. His conditioning's really good. He's worked hard on it, and came down from as a heavyweight as a junior. He's come down from about 130 kilos down to under 90. I mean, obviously you can see he's in great shape as well. So
it looks fantastic.
It definitely suits him at the lighter body weight.
And we've got Victor Lingman there. $52 points. Ollie Clark is in the lead on our leaderboard right now, and he is looking good. Lingman, very fast feet, gets the good signal to both cross that line. But Ollie Clark is looking solid. He's been very consistent over the weekend, very fast on his deadlift yesterday, and both athletes still going strong. Good turn again. Oh, and a little trip from Ollie.
A little bit of a too big a step there to reach for the line.
Oh, come on, Ollie, fight it, come on. Victor struggling through that as well, but still, can he beat our lead of 55.73? Oh, a little bit of wobble. Lingman is in the lead now.
Can he get the 60 metres?
Come on. He still looks solid in that grip, so if his legs can take him there, he's going to get it, Terry.
Yeah, for sure.
He's getting it. Yes!
Fantastic effort from Victor there.
Beautiful from Victor Lingman, our new leader. 60 meters. Incredible. That was beautiful.
See there, Ollie had a little bit of a wobble when he put it down, was obviously losing his air a little bit. But
it's just that turn.
Yeah, the turn, he overreached it a little bit, probably panicked a bit, lost the air in his lungs, and yeah, before you know it, you're going light-headed. So he did really well there, though. Victor was amazing. Victor
was incredible, and he still, you know, he didn't really need to go much further, not to take the lead just now. I think he could have probably kept a hold of that shield.
Your new leader with a perfect 60-meter carry is Sweden's Victor Lingman.
To Ollie Clark with 44.92, currently 5th place on this event. This could hurt his points.
I mean, yeah, all these guys now going out after him, or the guys that are close to him in the overall points, they're going to really need to capitalise on this now. You know, they're all going to be looking at Ollie's distance as a real target to get beyond, and obviously, you know, then go beyond that. But you know, if they got a chance of catching him, they've got to beat him now.
I agree.
Maybe open the door a tiny bit.
Victor Lingman setting the standard there with 60 meters to beat. So we have CB Janssen and Mark Burke up next. CB Janssen there on your screen from the Netherlands.
Yep, just giving
himself ready.
A customary hit in the head.
Little slap. Does that work for you, Terry?
No.
You chilled?
Yeah, I'm very chilled, yeah. I mean, some guys, they need it, but I always found I was better off being calm. When I got myself hyped up like that, that's when I made mistakes.
I agree, I was the same. And we've got Mark Burke there from Ireland.
160 kilograms.
Good start for both athletes. CB Janssen is away. Both got solid grip. Mark struggling a little bit more there, but moving well.
CB's doing great there as well because they're just small, fast steps.
Oh, little stumble there.
I gave him the kiss of death there, didn't I?
I think he thought he didn't get the
line
command, but I felt like he did, but maybe he wasn't. The ref is in charge; they know better. But he's still looking solid. Oh, come on, CB, you're going to get that 60 metres? Is he going to set the standard even more? He has passed Ollie Clark. Come on, CB, get it to the end.
Can he make the turn as well? Maybe.
I think he's got it. He looks pretty solid. Don't want to jinx it, though.
He's only got to make the turn and then he goes beyond.
Wow, new leader. CB Janssen from the Netherlands. Mark Burke still there fighting as well. Come on, Mark. Mark leaves it there, but CB is still going. Can he get 70 metres? What do you think, Terry?
I mean, great effort there, but I mean, you could just literally see the determination in his face there, that last bit.
Look, he looks so happy.
Yeah.
Like he's done nothing. Well done, CB Janssen, our new leader. I'm just going to get the distance now.
A minute ago he was punching himself in the head and now he's standing with a massive smile on his face.
That's the difference. You get yourself psyched up and then, I mean, it worked for him.
It definitely worked.
It worked. Our new leader, CB Janssen from the Netherlands. Well done. I've seen him compete before, a very good athlete.
Your new leader with a distance
That was
65.11
65.11 metres for CB Janssen. That was incredible. Well done, congratulations. Now the standard is even higher. We only got 2 more pairs remaining. Can we see that beaten with the 4 people that's left?
I mean, it's going to be tough, but you know, we've got a couple of big hitters coming out in the next couple of pairings. So, yeah, I mean, it's possible, but I mean, it's going to take a big effort from anyone to beat that. Let's put it that way.
So we've seen Gavin McNamee that annihilated the yoke run, very, very fast. And he is up next, along with David Zemlicka. So I'm looking forward to seeing it because Gavin was fast on the sandbags and the yoke. So obviously moving events is his thing. Very good on the deadlift, very consistent athlete. So I think he's going to be good, you know.
I always think that's a good move to do a little test pick because you almost need to spike your blood pressure before you do the event. So having that little pick up just spikes your blood pressure a little bit, gets the blood better to your brain when you actually go to do the event. A lot of people you see, they'll pick stuff up and go light-headed, whereas if they're to spike their blood pressure before they do the event, that won't happen.
That's good advice, Terry. Yeah. Thank you.
So a couple of ways you can do that is just 1 by picking up the shield, or 2 by holding your breath and trying to tense every muscle in your body just before you do the event.
Amazing. And Gavin is away. I knew he would be fast. Can he keep a hold of it and beat CB Janssen at 65.11 metres? He's looking strong.
Looking very stoic while he's doing it as well. No emotion at all.
No, he's
just going about his business.
Effortless. Slowing down slightly there, but that's normal with the burn that's happening. Come on, Gavin. Slowing down, going sideways. What's the purpose of this sideways walk? I've noticed a lot of them doing this.
Yeah, I actually saw someone, I refereed a competition last week and there was someone going backwards. Yeah, so I don't know, I've never tried it myself, but obviously works for some people.
Well done. Fast start for Gavin, but not enough. I'm afraid, not enough.
I would guess because when obviously the shield drops down, it's really on your legs. So to try and get your legs to move forward, you've essentially got to push the shield. To going sideways, maybe you don't have to do that so much. Maybe that's the theory behind it.
Could be. I've noticed a lot of them doing that more nearer the line, so I thought it was maybe just to see where the line was, but obviously it's for another reason. But yeah, it could be that reason that the legs just aren't moving forward, so you go sideways. Why not? Still in the lead, CB Janssen, 65.11 metres still to beat. 53.73 for Gavin. Well done. Good fast start, but just didn't have enough in him to get to the 60 metre line, unfortunately.
No, he was very quick though.
Do you think that maybe slowed him down a bit? Do you think maybe used too much energy to start?
Possibly. I always say it's such a fine line between going too fast and too slow. you see the guys that are really good at this, they just get that sweet spot where they're going fast, but they're not like rushing, if that makes sense. It's just nice, smooth movement.
37.70 for David.
One group left in our U90s. The mark to beat 65.11.
Okay, we have got Dan Benson and Ben Donnan. Only half a point between them in second and third. And we still have the distance of 65.11 metres to beat CB Janssen. What do you think on this one? I think it can be beaten.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can. Ben, am I right in saying he's the one that came up from under 80 kilos?
Correct, yes, he didn't quite make weight.
These two definitely made the performance of the day on the deadlift yesterday. Both of them were like unbelievably fast, and it was so close between the two of them.
It was super close.
They kind of look alike from behind as well, with the backwards caps. And
yes, they do. They've got their matching.
Yeah.
Twinnies. Good turn for both of them.
Almost neck and neck here as well.
This is incredible. If they keep this slow and steady, keep that grip. They're both at that 50 metres now. This is amazing. The footwear, loving it. The old dunks for Ben. And the Converse for Dan. Would this be your chosen footwear, Terry?
I mean, you want something that's not going to squash, basically. I always found that, you know, any trainer where you don't have much, you know, the soles are quite hard is always quite good. Obviously, you know, you've got to think about your own body weight when you're walking on trainers. If they're squidging under your own body weight, once you're carrying huge weights, you don't want that. Good chance you'll roll your ankle or something like that.
Ben is down, I think. Is he okay? Dan's still fighting for it though, but I don't think he's going to be beating CB Janssen's distance. And thank goodness Ben is okay. He's up and walking.
Dan, I'm sure, will be really happy because obviously he's gone beyond Ollie Clark there, so he's gained a bit of ground on him.
Yes, because he was disappointed yesterday. 39.47 for Ben Donan.
With a distance of 65.11 meters.
But we have our winner still, CB Janssen. 65.11 metres for CB Janssen. He is our winner for the event of the Shield Carry for the under 90 kilo category, and he's going to be interviewed now by Radzi. Handing over to Radzi.
Davi, that was a war of attrition carrying that massive shield. How was it for you?
It's really easy for me, especially I was really surprised that I did that good in the deadlift. I didn't think I'd do that good, but it helps a lot if you know how far you have to go. So I had some friends of mine shout out, 60 meters, you had to break 60 meters. So that's my target to beat, and I just like this cardio for days.
So when you say your friend says 60 meters, you still have to complete the 60 meters. Yeah. Did that feel okay for you?
Yeah, I was kind of worried because at the first lap, I thought I didn't clear it, so I did a step back. But no, after that, I knew I had it. Just keep walking.
When you say cardio for days, that's if you can breathe all the way in and all the way out. It's hard when you have all that weight bearing on you. So how was that part?
Yeah, one hole in my nose is like closed because my nose is like slightly crooked. So I always have trouble breathing. So this is not really that much different for me. It's just some weight I have to carry.
So if you got that nostril fixed, you could be double the athlete.
Yeah, next year we'll get it fixed, and then you'll have to wait for 2 days for me to finish.
You need a calendar to time this man. What a performance. Give it up for Sevi Janssen.
As Ollie Clark is the man on top of the men's under 90s, 2 points ahead of Dan Benson. Gavin McNamee, he's 3 points back from there. He'll have to hope to keep off Victor Lingham to get himself onto the podium.
59 points for Dan and 61 for Ollie, so only 2 points. So anything could really happen here with all these other guys in here. So we've got our first two athletes there, you can see. You can see there Stefan and Harry Rogers. Stefan Schussler. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. From Germany. There he is there.
Fantastic beard he's got as well.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's magnificent. And on to Harry Rogers there from England. Whistle's blown. Both guys onto the 150. Good start there for Stefan. He's straight down the stairs, fast. Onto that 170. Well done. Harry's struggling a little bit there, but manages to load that first step and onto the second. Come on, Harry. Come on. Big pop. This is where you need that shrugs that you were talking about.
Exactly that.
That's where you need them to power up through that last little bit just to get it over, don't you?
Another little technique thing, sometimes you've got to sort of almost try and get your legs behind it so you can kick it forwards, a bit like that. So you almost pull back with your hands and rest it on your legs so it pushes the front up.
Yeah, so you can lean back.
Just to get that extra little bit of height.
Stefan doing great, managing to move that 200, but is he going to get it another step? I don't know if he's going to have time, is he? I think he's going to run out of time here. Sadly, Harry has also run out of time. But well done. Making it to the 200 on that first step is impressive. Well done to our first two athletes for the 100, the under 90s. And Stefan is obviously our leader right now.
So good with Harry there as well. Not even though he was struggling, not at any point did he give up on it. He still kept fighting right till the end.
Which is how it should be, especially in that last event.
Yeah, well,
you've got nothing to lose now.
Exactly that. Leave it all out there.
Get it done. Finish it. 10 stairs from Stefan, 41.71 seconds. Well done. It's quite a fast time. And he made it to the 200.
Yeah.
Which is what we wanted. But we want to see them all.
We do.
Terry, don't we?
We definitely do.
And we might see it with these next two. They're pretty fast in moving events. Their deadlift was okay.
Yeah. I'm sure.
And they're tall.
Yeah, I mean, height does help. I mean, you'd find some strongmen would try and argue that it doesn't. It does make a difference. It's not the be all and end all, but it does help.
So you've got Stephen Wiley just coming in there. He is tall, nice long legs.
Yeah.
So he can definitely do well in here. And Craig Smith, both from Scotland. Both from Scotland. I really hope that we'll see this all done, all finished, the stairs, with these two. I know Stephen Wiley has got this. He has got power stairs in his gym, so he would have had some practice for this. So let's see if that pays off in this event.
I don't know if his nervous energy he's burning off by walking around or just trying to keep himself focused.
And that's Craig Smith there. So we've got Stephen Wiley and Craig Smith.
Or maybe a bit of excitement.
I think he's just buzzing. He looks ready. He's ready to go. The whistle's gone. Oh, good start for both athletes there.
Yeah.
Oh, little mistake there from Craig. Oh no, it's okay. He's back up.
You'd be surprised how hard it is to get down those stairs when you're like rushing and panicking and everything else.
Stephen's having to go back up. I did think there it wasn't quite up,
yeah.
And he wasn't given it, so he's had to go back up, which is now put him behind Craig Smith. But can he catch up? Has that threw him a little bit, Terry, do you think?
It could have done. It definitely could have done. I think this is one of those events where it's really, really crucial to keep in a rhythm.
Look at Craig Smith. Woo!
They almost made the last one look easier than the first.
That did look easier than the first one. And we've still got 15 seconds for Stephen. Can he? It's worth it, Stephen. Come on. It's worth it for the points. Let's go. He's getting that first one. Oh, I don't know if he's going to quite make it. I think he's going to run out of time. And he's run out of time. Still looks happy. Happy or tired? Either one.
Yeah, probably both.
38.88. All 12 stairs is the new leader from Craig Smith.
It was a great effort from him there.
That was incredible. Look, I after that first set of stairs, I did think Craig was going to struggle, but then he just flew.
Yeah, just kept the same pace, kept going up through the 170, 190 and 200. It was bizarre almost. Like the first one he sort of struggled with, and then the rest he was smooth as anything and was like a great run. So
it's just maybe having a little warm up with that first one, I think.
Just a bit of nerves maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but yeah, he did really well there. So well done, Craig Smith. Our leader just so far at 38.88 on all 12 stairs. Excellent. Our next two athletes, can they beat that time though? Because I mean, that's pretty quick for that amount of weight.
It is a good time.
Very good time. And our next two are making their way out now. We're just setting the, what would you call those things? Blocks?
Yeah.
Blocks? Power blocks?
Power stairs. Well,
Duck walks?
I don't know what I'd call it, to be fair.
We just call it. Can I just call it a block then?
Yeah, you can
a
call it a
heavy block. Okay.
Yeah.
We're just setting the blocks. The really, really heavy ones.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it sounds about. They look like blocks, so
Yeah.
that's what we'll call them. Implements. So yeah, we're just making sure they're all straight because you got to make sure it's fair for the athletes. And here we can see here our first athlete, Mark Burke from Ireland, and Giovanni Luciano from Italy. Can they beat the time of 38.88 with 12 stairs? You can see that we're just making sure that these blocks are the same for both athletes and all in line. You don't want to be too close to the stairs, and you don't want to be too far away, so they have to be just right. So there's only 1 point separating these two in the overall standing, so let's see. Everything counts here. Both neck and neck. Oh, and I don't know if Mark has got that first one
Having
on.
a good look at that.
They're having a look. I think they maybe have given him it. Oh no, he's got to go back and readjust. And he was so far in front. Can he catch up? Giovanni still in the lead. Oh, and he trips a little bit there. Come on, guys. We want to see that 200 going up. Come on. Seems to be when they're having to go back up that stairs, it's tight on them, and it doesn't seem like it would, but every little bit of energy counts on this.
Definitely does.
Giovanni onto the 200 now. Come on, Giovanni, we want to see this. Oh, 5 seconds to go.
Good work, Mark.
Well done, Mark kept fighting for that. Well done, guys. I wonder if we would have seen that 200 if he hadn't had to go back up the stairs.
Yeah.
But well done. It's tough. I don't think he looks too pleased walking off. No, he's shaking his head. It's always disappointing when you make such a small mistake, isn't it?
Yeah, and plus, we've had a few days of competition now. These guys are going to be tired. So anything they do here is probably going to be down on what they could do in training, or if they were fresh. So quite a lot of the guys will probably be feeling a little bit disappointed, but they're going to be tired at this point.
Yeah, they can't be too hard on themselves. They've
Definitely
done a good
not.
job, and like you said, it is the last event, so they will be tired. There's a lot of pressure being in an environment like this and watching the other guys before you, so we're just getting set up again. So getting those blocks down those slides. Set back up. Good for the lifters of this, the crew there, lifting all these blocks. Working so hard to make sure everything is right for our athletes. Rightly so.
This is definitely an event you wouldn't want to be one of the loaders.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. But I say it again, I said it with a shield. A couple of guys having to move these blocks, and we're expecting our athletes to lift them themselves, which is just incredible. With the final weight being 200 kilos for the under 90 guys. See, our next two athletes are ready to go. We have Josh Lancaster and David Kent. There he is, getting the smelling salts.
In lane 2, David Kent.
David Kent.
I'm sure Josh, being a coach himself, and I watched a lot of his videos he puts up on Instagram. He like really analyses every event, so I expect him to sort of go through this and really have a good sort of tactic of like not making mistakes and things like that.
I agree. Yeah, and you can see he is taking his time, but he doesn't seem to be making any mistakes yet. Hopefully he does not. And if he keeps going like he is, it's looking good. David Kent on to the 200. Oh, come on, push it on, Josh. That's it.
All you can hope to do is get the best out of yourself.
Is he going to get this now?
Obviously, he's up against the best under 90 kilo guys in Europe. All these guys are good. So
they are. They're all incredible. Come on, we want to see the 200. Come on, Josh. Come on, David. Come on, Josh. Oh. Oh, I think they're going to run out of time. Josh still not giving up to the last second. Didn't want to let go of that one, did he?
Definitely not, but shows how much of a good performance it was from Craig.
Yeah, I know. Exactly, the 12 stairs in 38.88 seconds, which was incredible. Well done. 4 more athletes. 4 more heats, sorry. My mistake. Heats, 4 more heats to go. So a few to go. And still with a time of 38.88, 12 stairs. That is the standard from Craig Smith. Can we see that beat for our next 2 athletes, which is CB Janssen and David Zemlicher. How similar is this to a deadlift ladder?
I mean, you're using a lot of the same muscles. Obviously, this is more about it's not so much top end strength, so it's a bit more about explosive power.
Yeah.
But still, you're using a lot of the same muscle groups: hamstrings, glutes, traps, back. You are using a lot of the same muscles. This is why, sort of generally, if they're good at deadlifting and they're tall, they will generally be good at power stairs.
Was this an event you liked, Terry?
I absolutely love this event. It's one of my best events. When I was competing, it wouldn't be now. I could barely walk up and down them stairs 12 times now. But yeah, it's an event I absolutely loved. But sort of like I was saying, for those I had those advantages. I was a good deadlifter, and I'm tall. So
and you're tall.
Yeah.
Okay, there's CB Janssen. You can see he's getting himself psyched up here. And he is up there with David Zemlicher from the Czech Republic.
In lane number 2 from the Czech Republic, David Zemlicher.
Here we go, Netherlands versus Czech Republic. CB getting ready. You can see he is pumped up, ready to go. Whistle has been blown. Here we go. Speedy for both athletes there. Both cleared the mark at the top. No queries there that is across the line. Same with the 170. Both athletes get the 170. Come on. Come on, David. CB Janssen up with the 190.
CB was absolutely pumped before that one, and it showed on that first one. Just flew up with it.
Flying. Is he going to get this 200? Or has he used too much energy? Come on, we want to see it. Still got 17 seconds on the clock. Come on. Oh, you can just see that last one is just really struggling for some of the athletes, isn't it?
It seems like it's only a 10 kilo difference, but it looks almost like, from how easy they find the one before to how hard that one is, it's almost like they've added 30 kilos to it. That's what it kind of looks like.
It does.
I think the energy levels dropping and the extra 10 kilos makes a huge difference.
And you wouldn't think that the energy would drop so quickly, but with that amount of weight, with the last event, the adrenaline, it can just go, and it must be so frustrating.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like we said, it's been 3 long days that of competing. They're going to be pretty beaten up by now. So, they're probably lucky if they're running at 80% of their full capacity right now.
I agree, and it is so frustrating. I've been in competitions where I've felt so energetic and I'm ready and I'm going to get the lift.
Yeah.
And then it just doesn't happen. Your mind is telling you yes, 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 and then your body just says, yeah, no.
Not today.
Not today. And it's so frustrating. But with that being the last event, as long as you've gave it your all, you know that is all you can do.
Exactly that, and you know, it's an age-old saying. It's the same for everyone. You know, everyone's as fatigued as each other, and it's all part of the sport as well.
Yeah.
Training to be able to get through all those events without getting too fatigued and stuff. So.
Okay, we see our next two athletes walking out there. Joni Rautanen and Benjamin Donnan.
Yeah, it's another one of those things. I think a lot of people that sort of don't train for strongman or do strongman, strongwoman as well, obviously, they don't appreciate the conditioning side of the sport so much. You know, obviously they see the guys lifting massive weights and being super strong and super explosive, but actually they're very fit as well.
I agree. I think maybe when it first started, it was more about brute strength, but yeah, I think people underestimate how fit you have to actually be to be in strongman, strongwoman. 100%. I think a lot of people don't train enough conditioning. It is needed nowadays, especially for events like this.
Massively.
Okay, we've got Ben Donnan there, Joni Rautanen. This should be good. We know that both these guys are good deadlifters. Ben, obviously, usually an under 80 kilo category athlete, but had to come up in weight. Didn't quite make the weight cut.
He's an impressive guy.
He's very impressive.
Obviously, he's only just missed the 80 kilo weight cap, so he's 81 kilos, so he's right down at that bottom end.
And he obviously had to do a major cut and then still been able to hold his own. And he is the current under 80s world's strongest man.
Yeah.
And he's done well to do such a big cut and then come into a higher category.
Yeah.
He's held his own here. Come on, can you get that last one? Yes, come on. Push it on. Push it on. Woo!
Good work.
Well done, Ben. Joni's still fighting as well. Come on, can we get that one step?
Less than 5 seconds.
Come on. Just misses it. I think a bit more time. He could have probably fought through that and got that first step. .83 in second place after Craig Smith at 38.88, 12 stairs. Well done to Ben. And being one of the lighter ones, sitting in second place so far is really, really good. Well done there to Ben. So we have 2 heats left. Victor Lingman and Gavin McNamee will be up next. Here they are walking out now. You see Gavin in front there. He looks ready. He's storming out there, ready to go. Just to get this done.
Yeah, and I mean, this is still one of those categories where it could, you know, even Gavin and, you know, down in third place could still jump up and win this whole show very easily. And obviously the under 90s category is a bit bigger than some of the others as well, so there's more points to lose here than there is anywhere else.
Yeah, I agree. And from what we've seen in the moving events, I've said many times already, Gavin is extremely fast. So this is going to be good to see. You see Victor Lingman there getting ready, getting psyched up.
After his 60 metres on the shield carry this morning. He's obviously still reasonably fresh today, which is a good sign for him.
He looks good to go. Sweden and Ireland. Victor and Gavin are our next 2 athletes. Craig Smith still leader in this event with 38.88. Are we going to see this beaten by one of these guys? Victor just ready. Look at him, he's ready to go.
I got 2-man tools, and he says, I got old man strength.
He is ready.
All right, time for athlete introductions now.
I think we are ready. Victor Lingman from Sweden. Ooh,
I think Victor's just thinking, will you please just shut up and let me get on
That's
with it.
exactly what he's thinking. Gavin's thinking the same. Look, they're bouncing, ready, ready, ready.
Itching to go.
The whistle's blown. And they're off. Wow. Look at that speed from Gavin.
It's a big start from Gavin there.
That is wow.
Well, he's still in contention.
Oh, come on, come on.
He still could win the whole show. He knows if he gets big points here, he's got a great chance.
Just don't muck up that top bit. Make sure it's right on. You don't have to go back up those stairs. Push it on. That's it. Now he's going to that 200. Is he going to get it? Oh, yeah. Yes.
Loads of power.
So much energy left there from Gavin. Yes, Gavin. Come on. Hands off. Woo! That was incredible. Well done, Gavin. Come on, Victor. We want to see more from you, Victor. Come on. Has he just used up too much energy in that first bit? I think so. Well done, Victor. And Gavin, that was impressive.
Fantastic performance there. Really, really great.
Was that quick attack? Yes, we have 35.31 seconds. Our new leader, Gavin McNamee. 35.31.
He did exactly what he needed to do there. Just go out there, put in a blistering time, put the pressure on these last two going into the power stairs, and you know the pressure really is on for them now. They've really got to deliver, or otherwise he could overtake them.
Can't be any mistakes being made here, Terry, at all.
No.
Final pair for under 90s. You can see them there getting ready. We have Ollie Clark and Dan Benson with only 2 points between them. But with that performance from Gavin, anything could happen. Here they come now. Dan Benson walking out, looking calm actually, very calm. He seems to be quite a calm athlete though.
Does.
Is Dan. Ollie Clark just behind him.
Both opposites there. Ollie looks absolutely fired up, pumped up, like he wants to kill someone, and Dan's just cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, Dan's so chilled. Wishing each other luck there. I love that. Love that. Nicely done, Ollie. Getting the smelling salts out. What's this for anyone that doesn't know, Terry? What's the salts for?
I mean, just gives you a little bit of a wake up, gets the adrenaline flowing.
Did you use them when you competed?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I remember going out and doing events where I was literally in tears crying where I'd smelt too much of them.
We've got Dan Benson there from England, Ollie Clark from England, our final pair for the under 90s. The whistle has been blown. Here we go. No mistakes here, guys. This is crucial. Little slip there from Dan, but still didn't seem to make a difference right now. Oh, little trip from Ollie. Oh, no. Come on, Dan. Come on, Ollie. Don't let it stop you now. Keep going.
This is going to be tight.
This is so tight. Ollie gets the 190, make sure it's on. But Dan is going to get that. Oh, but he slips. Hands off. Beautiful. Come on, Ollie. Finish it now. Come on, Ollie. Needs to get this up. Come on. Fight it. Push it on. Has he got time, Terry, to get to that last one? I don't think he does.
So, no.
I don't think he does. No. Oh. Jelly legs there.
Thank God Dan caught him as well.
Yeah. Down there helping him get out his belt so he can get some breath. I think he's maybe got cramp again. Hopefully no serious injury there. But anyway, we're going to find out the time for Dan Benson.
I've been trying to do the maths in my head and I'm not sure.
I'm trying to think of it too. And we are going to find out if he beat Gavin. So Dan takes the lead on that. So Dan and Ollie both had 73 points, but Dan was quicker on the power stairs and takes the win.
Wow.
Wow, and you can see Ollie there, thank goodness he is okay. But we have our winner then.
I mean, Dan delivered when it mattered, and Ollie obviously put it all out there, and I feel sorry for him. I really do. You know, he was fantastic through the whole show, and Dan just come in and nipped in there and won it at the last minute.
Right at the end, and we're going to go for an interview. We're going to hand over to Radzi with the winner, Dan Benson. Over to Radzi.
Dan, what a performance. 1 point separating the top 3, no point separating the top 2. You win it by virtue of winning the final event, which is the power stairs. It couldn't have been any closer. You are now the under 105, Europe's strongest man, under 90, excuse me, it's been a long day at the office, and you've obviously looked massive. How on earth are you feeling?
Exhausted, but so happy. The under 90s is such an incredible category to be a part of. There's so many competitive athletes there. They always put everything out there on the platform. Just look at Ollie, for example, just now. And to win this means everything. I'll try not to swear. It means so much to me.
When you were moments away from beginning that event, you knew how close it was. You knew you needed a flawless performance. What was going through your mind then?
Try to just forget about everything and just do what I know I can do. I've trained for this. You train as though you're in competition. Just execute on the day.
Yesterday I said to you, what would success look like? And you said, standing on top of the podium tomorrow. Tomorrow is now today, and you will be standing on top of that podium. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey to get to this point?
It's just been incredible. It's been so, I did an interview and with what happened at Worlds last year and everything else, and I've poured my heart and soul into my training for the last, since Worlds, 8-9 months, and it's come to fruition now, but, I've still got Worlds to prepare for, and I'll be at that top spot at Worlds as well.
We don't worry about the future. Right now, we're worried exclusively about today. Our under 90, Europe's strongest man. Give it up for Dan Benson.
Wow, what a performance there. Congratulations to Dan Benson. Now, as we said before, it was tie points. It's 73 points between Dan and Ollie, but because Dan won the power stairs, he takes the title of Europe's strongest man. But Gavin with 72 points.
Couldn't be closer, could it? That
is just incredible, and that just shows the standard of those top 3 athletes there. Incredible, all winners in my eyes, to be honest.
Me too. I mean, they've all put on a show all weekend, and for it to be that close after all those events is pretty impressive, and it shows how evenly matched they are.
Yeah.
On a different day, could have gone a different way.
Yeah, because I think through some of the categories we've seen, clear top spot winners, but yeah, those 3 are absolutely incredible and just held their own throughout the whole weekend. So congratulations to all of them, but congratulations to Dan Benson, the winner of our under 90s category. Well done.
It is Dan Benson who took it in the end because of the rule about the fastest on the final event. Benson is the victor despite being equal on points with Ollie Clark, with Gavin McNamee just a point back. What a fantastic clash the under 90s was.